Welcome to your daily focus for June the 25th, 2021. My name is Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I send it right back to you. Okay, so I didn't even really get in position or anything here. Nice big deep breath. Let the energy in. 25 is about, it can be about clairvoyance. So if you have a tendency to be a little bit clairvoyant, today is the day for messages to come in that manner. It's about not acting hastily, whether you're traveling or signing a document or making an agreement. Make sure you're reading the fine print. 2 plus 5 is a 7, so that's standing in your truth. That's knowing your strength, bringing out your courage, acting on behalf of you today for a better tomorrow. If you do the numerology of the day, it's an 18, so it's more of an introspective rather than an external. You will find more answers looking within than you will on the outside today. Absolutely. Especially when it involves your focus on your goals, your potential successes down the road, your celebrations. So it's learning a little bit more about you in a deeper sense. And coupled with the 7 energy of the day, it allows us to see our truth. You know, just because it makes 90% of the people extremely happy in this world doesn't mean it necessarily needs to make you happy, that you truly have a want or a desire or a need for it. Make sure that, get to know you, what you like. I tell you, years and years ago, I went on this car ride all by myself. I threw a suitcase in the back seat and bye-bye, and I ran away, literally. And it took me a while. It took me a while to think of, well, what music do I like to listen to? Because I was raising kids, and of course, they all wanted their music on. And so I listened to that for the longest time. And, I went through different phases leading up to that point. So what was the kind of music I liked? And I had to reinvent myself, so to speak. What kind of foods do I like? I always went to these kinds of restaurants because I was feeding 4 mouths, or, it was fast, it was convenient, or whatever the reasoning for. I could buy it in bulk. That was usually a thumbs up, right? So give me that bucket of chicken or something, because it'll feed them all. And I don't even know where I was going with that anymore, because I got on a little tangent. But it's about being true to you. It's about what you truly want. Oh, my reinventing myself, finding out what I truly liked, what kind of music I wanted to listen to, what kind of food I wanted to eat when I was out and about. It didn't have to have those perimeters anymore. And what choices could I make without those perimeters? And maybe so I'm in this ramble because you need to understand that there's parts of your life where you've been acting within perimeters that no longer truly exist or don't need to exist. And widening those perimeters to what you allow in, broadening your horizon in some way. Remember, we have a very, very favorable full moon energy upon us right now. 1 plus 8 is a 9, so once again, very good with the full moon energy, because 9 is about release, letting go, healing, preparing the soil for the seeds that you are about to plant, the path that you want to embark on, clearing the area so there's room for it in your life for it to enter. Make space for it. Get rid of the clutter. Look at this. We had temperance fly out. Temperance is having more by having less. So, maybe it is time to clean out the closets. Maybe it's time to see what truly does have value in your life. What is just junk? Get rid of the junk. Give it to somebody, and it can be their treasure because it made you happy once. Chances are it'll make somebody else extremely happy out there in the world. So And don't worry, better comes back in. When you give it away, it just keeps coming back to you and coming back to you. So in a newer form, in a better form. We have the sun. The sun is in Cancer. So home, family, nurturing ourselves, nurturing others. Wanting to feel that safety or that security. Making that place that you call home or safety a little bit more beautiful. Building a home, taking a house and making it a home. And the moon is in Capricorn, so it's about planning, it's about structure, it's about making the list, it's about rolling up our sleeves and doing the work. It's about putting our focus on what needs to have our focus in order for us to move forward. And usually it is about releasing right now. So what do you need to let go of? Where do you need to heal? Where do you need to give forgiveness or forgive yourself? Forgive yourself sometimes. And giving forgiveness, if somebody does something to you, by no means are you supposed to just say, oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. But you can forgive them in a sense of, you know what, I just released the situation because unfortunately your ego blinded you to how you affected me and hurt me, or your stupidity did, or your arrogance, or your ignorance, your lack of a moral compass, whatever it may be, their vehicle in why they shouldn't feel sorry for what they did. And just let that go. Release it. Stop playing it in your mind over and over again. Put it in the past. Close the chapter. Understand what you were to learn from that so you can take it forward. Whatever the struggle may be that you are trying to move past. What else is happening in the sky? Oh, Neptune. Neptune goes retrograde. I love Neptune retrogrades. Because Neptune retrogrades brings in clarity. Brings in understanding. Brings in wisdom and knowledge. Where we got caught up in the dream and I heard the romance of things. It brings you back down to reality. It brings you back down to earth. You find out what was truth and what was illusion, what was fiction, what was fantasy, what was reality. And you learn from it, and you'll be coming back through this energy again, so you can act in a new way, take a new approach. It may turn up as something different, or it may resurface from before, right? So I do love Neptune retrogrades, because it brings in the clarity, it brings in the understanding, it brings us back down to earth, it grounds us. So it allows us to move in a different direction, a new direction, make new choices, new decisions based on the new information. So it brings wisdom into our path. Okay, let's see what the cards say. Shall we? Look at that, the star. Oh, it's time to make the impossible possible. The energy is all around us. It's a beautiful full moon energy that we can ride the wave of for the next 2 weeks. There's optimism. There is enthusiasm. There's a want to. There's a want for expansion, for more of. So put your focus on the things where you want the expansion of. And it can be even the expansion of luck. Absolutely. The star is making the impossible possible. You get that aha moment. And it could be through clearing in some way. Internally. Because we have the 18 energy in there. So, it could very well be about clearing some widening the perimeters. allowing more in. The King of Pentacles. The crown is a living vine. So it's thinking outside the box but staying grounded and realistic. If we were to pull that crown off, probably the plants would die, right? So if you pull the plant out of the earth, it would die. Remember, pentacles are very earthy, are very grounded. So for all the kings to have a plant growing, the King of Pentacles makes a lot of sense. But there's a lot of growth possibilities here, new growth possibilities. To grow your abundance, to grow your happiness, your wealth. And it's thinking things through. And that follows the star, for goodness sakes. So it's making the impossible possible. It's something that you're thinking outside the box, but it's still very grounded in how you can approach it and how you can do it. And it brings in abundance. It brings in happiness. So pay attention to these things today. These little aha moments, these little epiphanies you have as you are clearing space for the new opportunity. Two of Cups. Two of Cups is new bonds, new friendships, new partnerships. New loves, new ideas coinciding with each other. You've got an idea and somebody else has an idea, and wow, wouldn't that work well together? And hey, why don't we combine this and do it this way? And we can offer this and do that and offer this. Could be new partnerships forming, new associations. You may not even understand at this moment in time what meeting that person has done, but it will transform. You'll meet again at a later date or something. What a coincidence, meeting you again. You catch up a little bit more and a little bit more, and pretty soon you're having dinner and discussing things, and it flares from there. So expect the new opportunities to start to poke their heads around the corner, and you may not even understand that you're in that new opportunity. So go with the flow a little bit. Absolutely, but think it through. We don't want to just go on a whim and make decisions on a whim. We want to think those through. We want to stay grounded. The King of Pentacles tells us to stay grounded in our thoughts. But once you weigh the odds, then you can make your decisions. Read the fine print. That's our 25 energy appearing. Okay. Let's see what our mantra is for today. Our mantra is legends. Learn from those who inspire you. What a great thing. So learning, it's about building the inner you again. Okay. You want to get that promotion at work, then talk to the people that have already gotten that promotion. You want to be an archaeologist. Talk to people who have done that. You want to have a partnership that will last 50 plus years. Talk to somebody who's had a partnership 50 plus years. Go out there. The bookshelves are filled with autobiographies of every walk of life. Find out about their stories. What inspired them? What motivated them? Why they made certain choices at certain times. Why did they hold back in certain areas? And learn through their stumbling blocks so that you don't encounter those stumbling blocks. So learn from those who inspire you. So you have an opportunity to rise to great heights. Listen, learn, gain insights from those whose path you wish to follow. Gather information, research your legend. Learn what is best for you right now to follow your dreams. Folktales describe how the main personality in a legend copes with the events of everyday life. Deep within the tales is a lesson to pass on to you. The story may be of miracles, spiritual courage, maybe even a fairy tale. True legends such as Joan of Arc, Nelson Mandela, courageously took on battles to overcome obstacles and persevered to meet triumph and victory. And there's so many more that you could add to that list that we could have probably hundreds of these books if we started to put our mind to the great courageous people in our time and our past as well. So the mantra is, I gather inspiration, strength, and insight from true legends. So go in search of those people. I mean, we got Google. Google it. It will lead you somewhere. It will lead you to the information you need. Maybe it'll lead you to a website, but you're really impressed with that website, and there's a way to contact them, so you do, and you form a bond that way. I mean, things can happen. Miracles. We've heard that. That word quite often over the last, well, I'd say the pre-eclipses, like that, not this past set of eclipses, but the one prior to those. And we are in 2021. That is a 5 energy. So things are always changing. Things are constantly moving. Things are always evolving, transforming, manifesting, dissipating. And we have to go with the flow and learn to go with the flow and be able to multitask and manage several things at once and keep more than one thing on the top of the priority list. More rules to follow, more regulations, more paperwork, whatever it may be coming in your life personally. Know that there is more of it. There's a busyness with the number 5 energy. Okay, who do we have? Look at this. Go the extra mile with the elephant. Go the extra mile. What a beautiful, beautiful creature. Nurture. Cancer. Or nurture. Productive. Communicate. Telepathy. Listen. The purpose of life is not to be happy, but to matter, to be productive, to be useful, to have it make some difference, that you have lived it all. Elephant reminds you that when you feel like quitting, it means that you just have some extra steps to take. Many times people set goals and stop in the middle of them, frustrated, but elephant motivates you to keep going. It could be an exercise program, a new skill that you want to try, or a friend that you've been meaning to call. Elephant teaches us that being gentle, having commitment, and clear communication can help in your relationships. On the outside, Elephant looks like an intimidating creature, but she is actually a nurturer, wanting everybody to succeed and feel protected. Elephant is also very telepathic, and with the sixth sense, can feel the energy around her, with friends, family, and even strangers. She senses danger and responds accordingly, so pay attention to that inner voice. If it's telling you not to walk down that street or drive down that street, then don't. Listen to that inner voice. It knows. Well, a lot of times we ignore it or we deny even hearing it. And other times things happen and we go, oh my gosh, I think I just heard that in my mind. Like you took a step back before the car raced by or something. Elephant reminds you that where you are needed and how to get a good feel for it. The words may not be spoken. Although elephants are large and heavy, they walk noiselessly and with much grace. Elephant gives you subtle hints that you are needed. Listen to all the signals with all of your senses. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.